Good evening, everybody. What a great event. Let's give it up for Doug and Kim one more time for hosting us. Thank you. And also, let's give a round of applause to Gary Marl, who was playing the keyboard while we were eating. So Gary Marl is also, yes. Gary is a new Saline Chamber member, and by day he is a freelance copywriter. So any of these awesome businesses that were just mentioned, if you need some ad copy done, you can go ahead and reach out to Gary as well. So I'm going to go ahead and read the criteria for the business award selection. Nominations are received from the entire community. There are 2 award categories: small business, 20 or fewer employees, and large businesses, 21 or more employees. The selection process represents a Saline area business community as determined by the Saline Area Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. So here is the criteria. Has a substantial history as an established, successful business, demonstrates commitment to the overall health and productivity of the Saline area, demonstrates commitment to providing customers, clients, the best possible service and or product, consistently follows ethical and fair business practices, contributes to the betterment of the community through volunteer effort, is a Saline Area Chamber member in good standing, AKA has paid their dues. Right, Bill? There you go. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to invite Steve Jedele to come on up to the podium.
All right, well, as you can tell, I'm very comfortable up here, so if I go over, just flag me down. But really, I'm very humbled to receive this award. Thank you to the Saline Chamber and the members of the committee that selected our company. I really appreciate that. We've come a long way in the last 15 years. I'm not sure why when an 18-year-old comes to their parents and say, I want to open a sign shop in your house, they say yes, but it happened. So slowly, I took over a large room in their house, took over their garage. Again, I'm not sure why, but they let me do it with no hesitation, so I really appreciate that. We've come a long way. We worked out of my house for a couple of years, and then we moved to the location we're currently at in Pittsfield Township. There's a gentleman here in the room. They usually sit him in the back. His name's David Raft. You might know him. He's kind of helped me from the beginning. He helped me get started. So I want to throw out a big thank you for your friendship and support throughout all this. Secondly, I want to thank my family. They've played a really large role in this as well. My dad, he's helped us in the shop with random tasks and deliveries. My brother Jason, who's here, he's helped me with learning how to install signs with his construction expertise. Luckily, he runs Wilderness Construction. They have a lot of tools, a lot of equipment we can use, so we rent that from him. The check's in the mail. My mother, Jill, she worked for us for about 8 years as our bookkeeper. She retired a couple years ago from our company, and my wife, Crystal, who's here as well, took over. It's a lot of togetherness working with your wife, but we're a good team. We work well together, and it's allowed her to stay home with the kids as well. So really appreciate my whole family. A huge thank you to my wonderful staff who's over here at the table. They've behaved most of the night, from what I can tell. We have a great group of individuals that help the company do well. They go above and beyond. So if we could all give them a round of applause right now. And lastly, I want to thank our loyal clients. Most of the people in this room have patronized Steve's Custom Signs in the past. We're truly thankful for what you guys, what you use us for. When you call on us, we really appreciate every job that comes through us. Without your referrals, we would not be where we're at today. In closing, I want to thank my family, our staff, and our clients for this award. We're truly blessed to live in such a great community where small businesses like Steve's Custom Signs can receive recognition such as this for our efforts. So thank you very much.
So we're going to have Steve stay up here, and I would like to invite up here Dustin Krasny, and he is representing Tim Walberg. So Dustin, thank you.
Well, it's a humbling honor for me to represent Congressman Tim Walberg here tonight. He's in Washington right now, and before he ever votes on a piece of legislation, he evaluates its effect on local small businesses, and that's why he's endorsed by many chambers, National Federal of Independent Businesses, etc. Because small businesses create 70% of all new jobs. And Steve, you've created a lot of jobs here in our community, so thank you so much. But I also wanted to be here tonight to thank Steve. I went to high school with Steve, and let me tell you, he's the same guy now as he was then. A guy with a big smile, a huge heart, and everybody liked him from all sectors from high school, and you can surely see that it's carried through to today because you won't hear anybody say anything bad about him. So, again, hats off to you, Steve, and your wonderful wife, and thanks for making Saline a great place to live. Thanks again.
Okay, so at this point, I'd like to introduce is either Gretchen Driskell here or Brian Merlos. Yes, Brian, come on up. Thank you.
So as you all can tell, I'm not Gretchen Driskell. She couldn't be here tonight. There were a number of events happening, so we've got the whole team out in full force to congratulate our winners. So I'm here to say thank you to Steve and to the Saline Chamber on our behalf to ensure that we've got a wonderful community here in Saline, and I don't want to echo so much what Dustin said, but you've done some great things for the community in making sure that everyone's opportunities are visible and available, and by making yourself visible and available. And I want to thank the Chamber, yourself for all of your hard work, your dedication to the city and the community, making sure that we're a wonderful place to live.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to introduce Brian Marl, the mayor of this great city. Brian?
My friends, good evening. It's so good to be with you. Well, this is a real honor for me to be here to congratulate you, Steve, your family, and all of your colleagues. On behalf of the entire city of Saline, I have to say that we are impressed and really amazed on how your business has grown and matured and prospered in the past 15 years. It's really amazing, and it's a testament to your work ethic, your determination, and also the way that you treat your customers. And I'm actually proud to say not only am I somebody who respects Steve and Steve's custom signs, but I'm also a customer, a proud customer and client. And so the clerk's office, in conjunction with my office, prepared this letter of recognition, which I'm not going to read. But let me just say that it is small businesses like Steve's Custom Signs that enrich this community. And so I'm honored to present him with this, along with a little lapel pin, which has our great city seal on it, that we give to our special friends, but also our most valued friends. So, Steve, congratulations.
Next up is Jeff, but I also wanted to thank Steve and his crew. Got a chance to know a lot of them. They did a lot of work for myself personally, for my family, and also for the business that we just opened. So thank you very much. You guys go over and above the call of duty, so appreciate it. So thank you.
Presented to you by the Saline Area
coming up? Yes. Where is he? Jim Haeussler. Jim, you're next. All right, so we got a little off script. It's Jeff's fault. So, Jim, if you come up, and Steve, if we have you come back up again, apologize. But we have the official passing of the Winners' Cup. So, there we go. Take it over to the bar, whatever you need to do. All right. So, I know we're running a little bit behind. Do we want to have, as it states, intermission for dessert, or we want to just keep rolling? What do you guys want to do? It's all about you. Keep rolling? I'm with you. Okay, great. So, next up, we're going to have the presentation for the large business of the year. So, we're going to have Dan Kolander come back up. Yeah. Congratulations. Good. All right.
As you know, I really like to talk. I'd just like to thank everybody for this award. It's pretty big. It's a big deal. We worked hard. I got my key in '96, December 24th, and we had 3 employees. Now we have 41. That group right there, Patrick and everybody, we've occupied 3 buildings, and we're not the little small bar I used to be. Thank my mom and dad for teaching us how to do hard work, how to work hard. My wife, my family, and most importantly, my customers. Without them, we're nothing. So, Danielle too. Sorry, it's very important to Danielle. Okay, like I say, without the customers, we're basically nothing. Customers are number one. So, that's what I'd like to say. Thank you very much for this honor, and that's my Stanley Cup. Yeah.
Not up here for a second. It's warm, isn't it?
It's warm in here.
Us thin guys can't take this heat, so. Sorry. All right, so as before, we'll have Dustin come back up and present to Dan as well. So thank you, Dustin. And then following that, we'll have Brian Merlos come up, and then we'll have Mayor Brian come up again. So same order.
Thank you. Well, oftentimes as I'm driving around, I think of words of our founding fathers. And a quote came to me from Benjamin Franklin. In wine there is wisdom, in beer there is freedom, and in water there is bacteria. Right, Dan? So, Dan's Tavern is known as a little bar with a big atmosphere. Well, it's not such a little bar anymore, is it, Dan? I just want to tell you a brief story. I promise I'll be quick. So I worked in Washington on this bill called the ABLAC, Tax Deferred Savings Accounts for Individuals with Disabilities. 4 years later, after working with different members, I got it signed into law, and it would allow individuals with Down syndrome, autism, et cetera, to save for their future like a college 529 account, blah, blah, blah. I'm in the White House. Somebody says, Dustin, what was it like to make sausage in Washington, like a piece of legislation like that? I looked at him with a smirk on my face, and I said, pretty easy compared to working the grill at Dan's Tavern on a Friday night. Because a couple decades ago, I did that. So thanks, Dan, for giving me a start, adding to my resume. So thanks again, Dan.
So just a couple words, tough act to follow. Dan's is a great place. I know I've spent a lot of time there, probably a little too much time, but all in the nature of good friends, great food, and good company, and great atmosphere like Dan. So wonderful. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
It's good to see you in a shirt and tie, man. I think you look good. I actually need to apologize. I'm also representing our County Commissioner, Alicia Ping, who could not be here this evening. So, Steve, you also have a resolution that she prepared behind me, and Dan, you will also get one from Commissioner Ping as well. But Dan's Downtown Tavern, a pretty iconic downtown business. And much like Steve's custom signs, it has grown and matured and developed into something wonderful over nearly 20 years. And of all of our businesses, especially the businesses in our downtown, Dan, you really have an eclectic clientele, from business types at lunch to families in the evening to a more traditional beer crowd, of which I'm a part. And you know that's wonderful, and that speaks to the quality of the products that you provide. It also speaks to your staff and also your commitment to excellence. So Jeff and I, we went out on a little bit of a limb with the assistance of my city clerk, and I'm going to present you with something with the promise, and I don't think this is much of a promise because I don't think you're going anywhere. You have to at least remain in Saline until December of 2016 when you'll celebrate 20 years. Is that right? Yeah. All right. So, it is my distinct honor and privilege to present Dan Kolander and Dan's Downtown Tavern with a key to the city of Saline. Keys are distributed to, yes, thank you. He may recall, I bumped into your wife and you at Summerfest, and I said we were going to have to do something special for your 20th. Well, since you got this award, I went out on a limb, and we're doing the key to the city now. But to make a long story short, keys are distributed and given to our most valued friends, the best and the brightest of those who promote the Saline community and make it the unique and special place that it is. So it is a great honor for me as the mayor of the city of Saline, on behalf of City Council and all of the citizens, to present Dan's Downtown Tavern with a key to the city of Saline, and this document is signed and dated for today, the 22nd of October, 2015. Dan, congratulations, man.
Okay, so we'll keep moving along. We're going to have Jeff come up, and then Christine Houk from Key Bank, if you can be prepared or head on up as well, because you're going to pass on the Winner's Cup. So, no, you got to let it go.
Doesn't want to give it up. Yeah, all right, Dan. All right, Dan. 2015 Business Enterprise Award. Dan's Downtown Tavern, the best of the best in the Saline area. Proudly presented by the Saline Area Chamber of Commerce. Congratulations. Appreciate you being part of the Saline community. What an awesome night for you. Got some great awards. And what? Free beer for everybody down at Dan's afterwards? Let's go.